how's it going, everybody? MyCupOfTea here, back with another reaction video, and we're back with some more Pokemon videos on the channel. Woo woo. Now, I feel like this one's gonna be important in particular for what's about to happen, I think next week or whenever the new Pokemon episode comes out, because we're gonna be taking a look at Ash Ketchum's strongest Pokemon tier list by Lumiose trainer Zach. Now, hopefully I remember to upload the Steven versus Alon video, because if not, this video won't make sense because of what I just said. But yeah, this is gonna be great to watch because Ash and Steven are gonna fight. They're gonna be the next people that fight in the tournament, Mastery tournament. So this will be great to know how strong his Pokemons are at this time. This was released in October 16th, 2021. So if Ash got some new Pokemons afterwards, after this time frame, they won't be on this list probably. But hey, let's watch this. It's gonna be fun.
Hi. If you're watching this on October 16th, then that means today's my birthday. Happy birthday,
happy belated birthday.
The best gift you can give to me is enjoying this video. So,
I got you.
Yeah, watch it.
Oh,
Who are Ash Ketchum's strongest Pokemon? That's what we'll be finding out in this video. Last time, I went over the true win rates for all of Ash's Pokemon, which was fun, but that really isn't indicative of a Pokemon's true strength, as some could have been dealt a really shitty hand like Torterra, while others could have had it a bit easier like Leavanny. Instead, we'll be looking at each Pokemon's best performances to see how powerful they really are, and ranking them in this tier list. Unlike the win rate video, we'll be taking all battles into consideration. That's right, we're talking official, unofficial, wild, and even legendary battles. I'll also be including Ash's Journeys team for this one, as I feel like we've seen enough of them to come up with a decent estimate of their current strength. So strap your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen, because this tier list is about to go crazy.
Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah,
now let's get started.
I see it right there. Let's do it. Now here we go. Grab some water, grab some snacks. Give me a long video. Actually, hold on. Alright, sorry for pausing right here. I'm gonna grab a water right now. Grab me some water. I'll be back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, also, I'm blocking it, but the last tier is E. See it? Yeah, E tier list. So S to E. Now let's actually start this.
Alright, I'll be going over each Pokemon and tier from lowest to highest.
Alright.
So first up is the E tier, which I'll be referring to as the below average tier. Consisting of Muck, Butterfree, Totodile, and Scraggy. Now just to get this out of the way, in no way am I saying that these are bad Pokemon or that they suck or anything. But compared to the rest of Ash's Pokemon, they just aren't as powerful. Starting with Muck, he's only gotten a win against Jeanette's Bellsprout, and that was thanks to its slimy body that was basically used for suffocation. Its only other use was in the battle against Gary, but it wasn't very useful, let's be honest. So until we see it display a bit more strength, it's gonna have to sit as Ash's weakest Pokemon. Butterfree's another one that didn't get a whole lot of action either, with its best performance being against the Gentleman's Raticate. Totodile had some decent moments, like being able to defeat a Charizard, but keep in mind that that was a rental Charizard that probably isn't on the same caliber as Leon's, Alon's, or even Kiawe's. There aren't really any other outstanding performances besides that. And then there's Scraggy, who I will admit was great to see develop into a decent battler and even rocks the move Focus Blast, but you've got to admit he hasn't really taken out any major opponents aside from Bryson's Vanillish.
But you saw that
Next,
that
let's move on to the D tier, also known as the average tier. Consisting of Not-So-Shit Pheasant, Oshawott, Pidgeot, Palpitoad, Lapras, Noctowl, a decent battler, and even rocks the move Focus Blast, but you've got to admit he hasn't really taken out any major opponents aside from Bryson's Vanillish. Next, let's move on to the D tier, also known as the average tier, consisting of Not-So-Shit Pheasant, Oshawott, Pidgeot, Palpitoad, Lapras, Noctowl, Apom, Boldore, Bayleaf, Primeape, and Snivy. This is pretty much what I consider to be the baseline for Ash Pokemon. Although kinda low in terms of this tier list, these are still pretty good mons that at the very least have the strength to rival gym leaders. First there's Unpheasant, who I have to be honest deserves a bit more credit as she was able to defeat Skyla Swoobat and Swanna. Don't let that get to your head though, because they're still pretty low for an Ash mon. When it comes to Oshawott, its best performance comes from Clay's Krokorok. But keep in mind, it took several hits to take it down, even though it had a type advantage. Not really that impressive considering higher up this list, we have Pokemon that can sometimes 2 or even 1-shot far more powerful opponents. Like coincidentally, Pidgeot, who was able to 2-shot the Rhydon Jesse used at the Viridian Gym, which is impressive considering it belongs to Giovanni. Palpitoad's best performance was taking down Elisa's Zebstrika, the same one that swept Bianca's whole team. So that's pretty good. However, it's had against Stefan's Zebstrika, so it wasn't strong enough to completely win against that one, unfortunately. As for Lapras, it's had against Drake's Gengar, and that's its only battle experience. I mean, it's kind of impressive, sorta.
Okay.
Then there's Noctowl, who could defeat Morty's Gengar, who I think might be better than Drake's Gengar, considering Morty's a Ghost-type specialist and that was his ace. Apom was pretty solid in early Sinnoh, however, at that point, Ash wasn't facing opponents that were too strong just yet. The strongest Pokemon Apom's defeated was Gardenia's Roserade. And then we have Boldore, with its most impressive win being against Clay's Excadrill. Now, interestingly enough, I was actually gonna have it be below Oshawott, believe it or not, but in the battle against Cameron's Hydreigon, its one Rock Smash did more damage than any of Oshawott's 4 moves against the same Pokemon. So that was a cool way to help rank them. Bailey's best battles come from taking down Chuck's Poliwrath and Machoke, and then also taking down Harrison's Houndoom. While Primeape helped Ash win the P1 Grand Prix. However, none of the trainers there really seemed too outstanding, to be honest.
My God,
they seem like they're average trainers, so Primeape doesn't have any crazy feats. And lastly, there's Snivy, who was able to defeat Trip's Servine early on, but it quickly surpassed it by their next battle, so that sucks. It's not even on the level where it can at least touch a legendary, so its best performance really comes from defeating Clay's Palpitoad, I guess.
Hey, it's trying his best. It's trying his best out here. Interesting. I forgot that Ash has a lot of Pokemon in his arsenal, or he has it over the past. He just, every time I think he completes. I forgot. Every time something happens, he gets like a new Pokemon, except for Pikachu. Like he gives it to Professor Oak. Goes on this journey. Every new region, he gets new Pokemon, I think. And we're back.
From defeating Clay's Palpitoad, I guess.
I see that his C tier list might be probably
now comes
the biggest.
C tier, aka the above average tier.
Above average,
the strength of these Pokemon surpasses that of gym leaders, as they can do pretty well in a Pokemon League setting. First is Weasel, who's strong enough to defeat Fantina's Gengar, tie with Maylene's Lucario, and even defeat its evolved form Floatzel. Then there's Leavanny, who took up the Coughing that was strong enough to defeat Unfezant and Boldore. It was also able to go toe-to-toe with Stefan Sock thanks to its Swarm ability.
Wait, why is it?
Following that, we have Heracross. I think it slightly surpasses Leavanny because it was able to take out Gary's Magmar, a Pokemon it has a huge disadvantage to. It was also strong enough to land a decent blow on Tobias' Darkrai.
Tobias' Darkrai? S tier already. You land a hit?
Its most impressive victory comes from sweeping Mandy's entire team in the Indigo League, with no prior battle experience, mind you. It's also strong enough to crack a closer shell. Next is Quilava, whose most impressive feat was going underwater to defeat Price's Dugong as a Cyndaquil.
That's
and
crazy.
Considering it's evolved now, it's probably a bit more stronger than that too.
That's crazy.
After him, I have Staraptor. Unlike the other birds I talked about, Staraptor packs the move Brave Bird, which gives it the edge to defeat foes like Paul's Weavile and Candace's Medicham. Those are probably its most impressive wins. Also makes it into this tier. It was strong enough.
What did you just say to me?
Also makes it into this tier. It was strong enough to defeat Conway Shuckle and Dusknoir, as well as being able to land a good Rock Smash on Tobias' Darkrai. Gibble is so strong in fact that even Tobias acknowledged its strength by saying that his Draco Meteor could have defeated any other opponent that wasn't his Darkrai.
Oh,
next is Pignet,
that sounds like
which is strong enough to defeat Cameron's pseudo-legendary Hydreigon.
Oh, you're back.
Pignet was also strong enough to defeat Seamus's Emboar and Heatmor at the same time.
At the same time?
Snivy couldn't help. Now after Pignight, we have our first Journeys
Its C tier is actually really good.
Or Surfetch.
Oh, Surfetch.
Unfortunately, Camon is a Pokemon we probably know the least about in terms of strength, as its only wins come from Rinto's Gallade and Genba's Girder. For now, I'm keeping it at the above average tier, solely for the fact that as a Farfetch'd, it was able to break Girder's Steel Beam.
Goodness
Now imagine that strength, but as a Surfetch'd.
I think when I started some battles with Surfetch and these other AMVs. I think that might have been after this video was made, so if so, I think Surfetch should probably go up a tier. What I've been seeing of him.
After him, we have
Gliscor.
Although he has a pretty shitty win rate, he was able to defeat Paul's busted Drapion, so he definitely deserves some love for that. I mean, the boy's packing the move Giga Impact, so of course he's strong. Then there's Glalie, who was able to defeat 2 Pokemon it has a disadvantage to, Morrison's Metang, and more impressively, Clark's Charizard. That was awesome.
Maybe the Charizard?
Following Glalie is Donphan. Its most impressive win comes from defeating Lucy's Seviper. Now, something to note here is that Frontier Brains are confirmed by Scott to be Elite 4 level, so that's actually really impressive.
Okay.
However, Lucy's probably the weakest Frontier Brain, and Seviper isn't even Lucy's strongest Pokemon. Next is Tauros. This Pokemon was strong enough to defeat Drake's Venusaur, and even won Ash the Pokemon Swap Meet Tauros competition. So it's probably stronger than the average Tauros. But what really proves its strength, though, is tying with Annabelle's pseudo-legendary Metagross. So it's at the very least on par with that Pokemon. Squirtle comes in second to last for this team, as it was able to defeat Brandon's Ninjask. It also has a really good win against Macy's Electabuzz, where it really showed off the strength of its firefighter training.
Okay.
And lastly, we have the boy Rowlet, finishing off this team.
I don't know who that is.
Not only was he strong enough to defeat his evolved form Decidueye, but he also defeated Kukui's Braviary, arguably Kukui's second ace Pokemon. Now we move on to the B tier.
Maybe Hawlucha might be A tier.
Possess Elite 4 levels of strength.
Really? Whoa,
Starting off, we have Talonflame, a Pokemon that's shown a lot of strength from very early on, since it was able to defeat its final evolved form Talonflame as a Fletchinder. Another notable feat includes defeating Wolfric's Avalugg, which is strong enough to defeat Greninja. But I think Talonflame's best moment had to be when it went up against the legendary Moltres.
It did what?
Although it lost pretty badly, it still deserves credit for being able to land a Brave Bird with some decent knockback.
Yeah, we take those.
Being able to do that to a legendary puts this Pokemon way above average in my book.
Right.
After Talonflame, I have Corphish.
You did good.
His greatest feats come from defeating Tucker's Arcanine and Annabelle's Alakazam. As I said before, Frontier Brains are on the same level as Elite Four members. So if Corphish was able to take out multiple Battle Frontier Pokemon, that tells me that Corphish should be considered as Elite Four level as well.
I'll take that.
Next comes a very surprising entry, Torkoal.
I don't know what that is.
Now, if you just went off his performance in Hoenn, he kinda sucks. Dang. But I guess the man has been hitting the juice at Oak's lab, because when Ash brings him back to face Brandon's Registeel, he kicks some serious ass.
Oh, wait.
Although Torkoal loses.
Time out. Let me go back real quick to make sure I heard what he said correctly.
Brings him back to face Brandon's sucks. But I guess the man has been hitting the juice at Oak's lab, because when Ash brings him back to face Brandon's Registeel, he kicks some serious ass. That's cool. I thought Ash is like, he doesn't like go back to get his old Pokemon. Yeah, maybe he was in the same region, so he just went back to grab that Pokemon. Okay, keep it going. Although Torkoal loses, this is easily his best battle. Yeah, his Body Slam was strong enough to knock down Registeel twice. And his Heat Wave was strong enough to push back Registeel's Sandstorm and trap it in a flaming vortex. Whoa. Honestly, if it wasn't for Registeel's lock-on, I think Torkoal would have won. So although Torkoal is known for losing a lot of the time, he was able to hold his own against a legendary, which is really impressive. Legendary? I didn't know that. I mean, there's a reason why Ash brought it to the Tobias fight after all, even though it didn't do anything. Following Torkoal, we have Gengar. Now this one was kind of hard to place, as currently Gengar isn't looking so good in Pokemon Journeys. But I have a theory. What if Gengar is just too OP, which is why the writers keep making him lose? One can dream, am I right? First of all, he has a pretty stacked moveset with Psychic, Ice Punch, and Shadow Ball. The move I really want to focus on though is Psychic, because when Gengar lands that move, he's actually pretty broken. With Psychic, Gengar can float around his opponent and wreck their shit in all kinds of ways. Oh my gosh. Just ask Visquez's Raichu. As of the making of this video, his best display of strength can be seen in the battle against Volkner's Luxray. Gengar was low-key beating up Luxray, to the point where Volkner had to make the switch or it would have lost. Mind you, this is the same Luxray that was Volkner's ace against Infernape. And Volkner has been confirmed to be the strongest Sinnoh gym leader, almost on the level of the Elite Four. In Pokemon Journeys, he's gotten even stronger, so he's definitely Elite 4 level by now, or at the very least, right under them. So if Gengar's strength was a threat to Volkner's Luxray, that should give you a hint at how strong he really is. It also looks like he'll be able to Gigantamax soon, so that's just gonna increase his power output. He's just not so good at taking damage is all. He's playing drums on him. Yeah, so that confirms it. Alright, so yeah. Videos we've been seeing, like the Pokemon fights, because I saw Gengar win a couple of them, like battles, and he was like Gigantamax. So he might be an A tier. Gigantamax do be doing work. Maybe S? I don't know what the S tier is, but I think Gengar might be A tier, or really high B tier, if that's the case, if we count his newer battles. Is Bulbasaur. This Pokemon proves that there are other ways to be strong that don't just include evolution. In the Johto League, it tied with a Meganium, proving that it was equal in strength to a fully evolved starter. That's crazy. But it gets better from here, because in the Battle Frontier, it's able to defeat Brandon's Dusclops, the same Dusclops that defeated Charizard, as well as tie with Brandon's Solrock. That's 2 Battle Frontier Pokemon in one battle. So it's safe to say that Bulbasaur is pretty strong. After him, we've got another entry that might be a surprise. Torterra. Yes, despite as many losses, I believe Torterra possesses Elite 4 levels of strength. Wait, it can freeze? Wait, what? Well, look at the 2 notable losses it had after evolving. It's lost to Palmer's Rhyperior and Bertha's Hippowdon, 2 Elite 4 level Pokemon. That couldn't have been easy, even if it had a type advantage. Torterra actually performed really well in both of these battles. It's just that the strength of its opponents were slightly higher. Something that really stands out though is that it almost defeated Palmer's Rhyperior as a Grottle. If it got that close to winning as a mere Grottle, imagine how much better it would do now that it's a fully evolved Torterra. I might catch some heat for this one, but I honestly think Torterra has enough strength to rival some Elite Four Pokemon.
I agree with you.
If you need even more proof, then just look at this. Elite Four Aaron's ace Pokemon, Drapion, was taken down by Jesse's Seviper. And that same Seviper gets taken out by Ash's Torterra in a one-on-one fight.
I mean,
so
hey,
do what you will with that information.
Yeah, I take that. Yeah, I'll say it's Elite Four level with my limited Pokemon experience or knowledge. And we're back.
Next is Hawlucha, the Mad Luchador.
This B?
Not only is Hawlucha strong enough to defeat fairy types, a type it's weak against, and also break trick rooms, okay. He also defeated Wolfrix Abomasnow and even a Mega Absol. That's already really impressive and makes him an above average Pokemon. But what really brings Hawlucha up is his battle against Zapdos. Although he got Nene pretty easily, he was able to land a high jump kick that had enough power to completely blow back Zapdos. He's an absolute mad lad.
Really, I thought it'd be 8
Following Hawlucha is Lycanroc, the Mon that helped Ash win the Alola League.
We saw that one.
That feat alone already proves that its strength is above your average.
That's right, that was the first.
It's also worth noting that it can use the exclusive Z move Splintered Storm Shard, which does some serious damage. On top of that, it was able to sweep Nano's team of 3 Pokemon on its own, as well as receive training from Tapu Bulu, where it landed a solid hit with its Stone Edge. Yet another Ash Pokemon that's scrapped with legendaries. Speaking of which, next is Best Bird Swellow. This bird has some insane feats, like as a Tailo, it was eating up Pikachu's Thunderbolts like it was breakfast.
Oh goodness.
It's thanks to this high resistance to electricity that it was able to pull off Thunder.
What was that move?
Some other crazy feats include going underwater to defeat Juan's Wishcash, stopping a Donphan's rollout with its fucking talons, and then defeating it by just tossing it.
How strong is that bird?
Defeating Tucker Swampert and Spencer's Venusaur. Damn, Swallow might be the true god bird after all.
That bird hit the gym like they on
land
point.
A damaging aerial ace on a Deoxys.
Deoxys?
Need I say more? Swallow's freaking bait. Next, we have Naganadel. He didn't have a lot of battles, but I still think he's done enough to put him on this tier. For starters, it was strong enough to send the Guzzlord through an Ultra Wormhole with the help of just Pikachu. Keep in mind that other Guzzlords in the same episode needed more than 2 Pokemon to take it on, and even the Tapus had to step in and hold one back. It's also been able to defeat Kukui's Lucario, which is pretty impressive considering the anime has this thing for making Lucario seem unstoppable. So if they're willing to make one lose, then it's kind of a big deal. And lastly, it was able to hold its own against Tapu Koko for a bit. Naganadel was doing pretty well to be honest,
did we see that battle?
but unfortunately loses due to Tapu Koko's speed. But still, a very impressive Pokemon nonetheless. And the last one we have for the Elite Four tier is Noivern, right? Another Pokemon that might come as a shock considering Noivern takes quite a few L's. This is due to the fact that during XY, Noivern was still pretty young and lacked the proper battle experience. But just because it didn't have the skill to win a lot, does not mean it lacked the power. For instance, it was able to tie with Sawyer Salamence. This lets us know that Noivern's power is at least equal to a pseudo-legendary.
We saw that, right?
Its most impressive feat, however, comes from its battle against Zapdos, where it was able to blow it back with the Boom Burst and temporarily knock it down. Noivern's Boom Burst is easily its most powerful move. This move is so strong, in fact, that it was able to completely interrupt the Aqua Jet from Sawyer's Clawitzer. And if you compare the damage done to legendaries from all the other Pokemon we've talked about so far, Noivern's attack clearly did the most damage. So yes, this boy does in fact possess Elite Four levels of strength. Now he just needs to learn how to use it properly. Alright, now it's time for the champion, aka the champion tier, for Pokemon with champion levels of strength. Kicking off this tier, we have Goodra. Now I know I gave Goodra a lot of shit in the win rate video for being a Kalos League jobber, but he's still pretty amazing.
I did see him lose a lot.
What really makes his Pokemon shine is how bulky he is. I know this list isn't taking defense into consideration as it's purely about strength and power, but Goodra's a special case because it's a Pokemon that turns its defense into a devastating offense. This is thanks to the move Bite. Because Goodra is so tanky, he can eat up tons of hits, survive it all, mostly, and throw it back at his opponents with double the power.
Oh, that's what that does.
As long as you're not a fairy type, or packing a one-hit KO move, Goodra can and will wreck your shit. Following Goodra, we have Ash's mythical Melmetal. Like Noivern, this is another Pokemon that lacks the battle experience, but has incredible power nonetheless. In the battle against Kukui's and Polion, it was able to deflect the Hydro Pump with absolute ease. That wasn't even a move. He was just swinging his arms and brushing it off like it was nothing.
Oh shoot!
Its Double Iron Bash was enough to send Empoleon flying and knocked it out even though he was on the defensive.
So cool, Empoleon.
Keep in mind that it's a Steel-type move that Empoleon should resist. I think its best display of strength, however, comes from the battle against Gladion Silvally. Although Pikachu's the one that got the win in the end, Melmetal is actually the one who did most of the work by absolutely tenderizing Silvally like a steak. He ultimately loses due to his lack of speed, but if he kept landing those hits, he would have won.
Makes sense.
Next
I'll
up
give
is
that.
Dracovish. Now, some of you might think I'm
scary
crazy for
looking
rating Dracovish, a Pokemon that's only had one battle so far.
Nah. It looks so cool, looks so innocent, looks so goofy. Then I saw it run for the first time. I'm like, oh dear God, no, that Pokemon's scary. Oh dear God. I don't like that Pokemon anymore. Cut it back.
So far this high, but trust me, it's already done enough to prove its strength. It was used in the battle against Iris, where it took out her Dragonite,
Get off of me.
which is an insane feat for a Pokemon's first battle. Iris's Dragonite was near unstoppable in Black and White, and whenever it used its finishing move Dragon Rush, it was pretty much over. But here comes Dracovish, who was able to catch and completely stop said finishing move in its mouth with Vicious Rend.
Oh, I didn't know that move was that strong.
Then with one Ice Fang, Dragonite is taken out. That is unreal.
That's crazy. I didn't know that move
can't take all the credit, as Iris's Dragonite did take some damage from Ash's Dragonite, which is a whole other beast we'll get to soon. But just the simple fact that it was able to finish the job and the way that it did with such ease means that Dracovish is hella strong.
Hey, I'll give it that.
Keep in mind that this is an Iris that is leaps and bounds stronger compared to her Black and White counterpart, considering she's a champion now. Alright, as of this point, we've only got 10 Pokemon remaining. Meaning, these are technically Ash's top 10 strongest Pokemon, in my opinion. And the number 10 spot goes to Incineroar. Now this one is interesting because we don't really know what Incineroar is capable of in its final evolution, but as a Torracat, it was able to defeat Kukui's Incineroar, which is more than enough to be honest. Kukui was known as the strongest trainer in Alola under the alias of the Masked Royal, with his ace being Incineroar.
They were undefeated.
So if Torracat was able to defeat him, that makes it stronger than Kukui's Incineroar.
That is true. I was like, that makes no sense.
It's technically even stronger now. It could honestly be even higher, but seeing as how we haven't even seen Incineroar in action just yet, we don't really know how much stronger it is. Kukui's Incineroar was able to catch Melmetal's Double Iron Bash with its bare paws. So if it was able to do that and absolutely decimate it after, that means Ash's Incineroar is most likely above his Melmetal as well. So I think this is a good placement for the cat for now.
I'll take that.
Next is number 9, and that goes to Crocodile. Its most epic moment probably comes from the battle against Bryson's Beartic. Despite the disadvantage, it was able to win by using a mid-air Stone Edge. But that isn't its greatest feat. To me, that comes in the win against Iris's Dragonite.
Okay, I did not see any of this.
We just talked about how strong Dragonite is. So the fact that Crocodile was able to beat it in a one-on-one match is something to behold. And just in case you needed a reminder of how strong Dragonite was, this is the very same Dragonite that was duking it out with legendaries just 5 episodes later with 0 training. So if Crocodile could take down that beast, he's kind of a beast himself.
Yeah, I'll give it.
Speaking of beasts, Ash's 8th strongest Pokemon goes to Snorlax. Now, when you think of Ash's Snorlax and how strong it is, the first thing that probably comes to mind is, oh my god, it used 6 moves in one battle. Yeah, I've heard it before. Thanks, Aura Guardian. Although Snorlax did that, keep in mind that this was back in Gen 3 when the anime didn't have restrictions on how many moves Pokemon could use. Ever since Gen 4, Pokemon have had 4 moves max like in the games. So I doubt Snorlax still has 6 moves. Plus, it's not the fact that it had 6 moves that proves Snorlax's strength, it's the power behind those moves.
I was never a fan of Snorlax.
Because Grovyle kinda jobbed against Greta, Snorlax had to take on Greta's Hariyama and Metacham alone, and it managed to win. That's 2 Battle Frontier Pokemon back to back, a feat none of Ash's other Pokemon have achieved. Next up is Lucario. This one I could possibly see being even higher.
Yeah, I think it's way higher.
It'll sit here as 7th strongest. As a mere Riolu, it was able to tie with Beast Graplocked. This is impressive because Galar gym leaders are far stronger than your average gym leader. Raihan, the strongest Galar gym leader, is confirmed to be on the level of champions. So that puts Galar gym leaders are on the level of Elite 4 trainers. So the fact that as a Riolu, it was able to tie with one of B's star Pokemon says a lot. As a newly evolved Lucario, it was able to one-shot Chairman Rose's Ferrothorn and Copperajah one after the other.
We saw Lucario
considering Rose is strong enough to be a champion himself. Circling back to B though, as of the making of this video, it's been confirmed that Ash and B are about to have their 3rd battle.
Yeah, we saw that.
In said battle, Ash will be Mega Evolving his Lucario to take on B's G-Max Machamp. I already believe regular Lucario is strong enough to be considered Elite 4 level, to be honest. So if it Mega Evolves, then his power is just gonna go beyond that, which is why I believe it's going to be champion level. And if he actually does help Ash defeat B, which let's be honest, he probably will, that would just prove my point even further.
He did.
God, I hope this ages well. And finishing off this tier is the 6th strongest Ash Pokemon, Dragonite. Now, I know some might want to say that Ash's Dragonite should be the strongest because it's currently undefeated, but guys, Journeys isn't done just yet, so let's not use that as a valid argument.
I've not even seen a Dragonite.
We all know what happened to Goodra when he was undefeated. Still, Dragonite has already proven that it's an absolute monster on the battlefield.
Interesting. I haven't seen
in the battle against Karina, it had to take on Mian Xiao and Mega Lucario back-to-back and won. Its next and even crazier feat comes from defeating Iris's Haxorus by learning Draco Meteor.
We saw this.
Freaking insane.
I saw this fight, yeah.
Yeah, you could argue that maybe Iris is the weakest champion or get mad at the writing or whatever, but that still doesn't change the fact that Ash's Dragonite has beaten a champion's ace Pokemon after taking damage from Iris's Dragonite, mind you. Yeah, Dragonite is 100% champion level after that.
What's S tier then? I think what would S tier even be? Like, what would be like the thing? Legend? Champion? Legend? Master? I don't know. And we're back.
Reach the final tier, the S tier, aka the legendary tier.
Oh, it was legendary. Okay.
These are for what I consider Ash's most powerful Pokemon that has strength equal to legendary.
There's 5 left, I think. We know Charizard's gonna be in there. Greninja, because we didn't see Greninja yet. What else does Ash have? Pikachu. Come on, Nas. Come on. You watch this. You watch this. Infernape's gonna be in there. That's right. I forgot he had Infernape. And there's one more. There's one more. I think if there's 5 left, there's one more I'm missing. What could it be, people? What could it be? You're probably screaming through your monitors right now, yelling the 5th one if there is another one. Alright, let's just play it.
Starting off this tier is Ash's 5th strongest.
You know, it is 5. No. I'm gonna get it.
Strongest Pokemon.
I can't.
Sceptile. Now, although that's a pretty embarrassing
Sceptile.
win rate for an ace Pokemon, as a Sceptile, he's had some incredible feats. After evolving, Sceptile has been able to defeat Spencer's Shiftry, and then later on, Spencer's Claydol, 2 Battle Frontier Pokemon.
I haven't seen
then there's the most obvious feat, defeating
that's right. Yeah, we saw that. I forgot.
That's extremely
Sceptile
impressive,
did it.
and I don't blame people for always pointing out
Darkrai.
this battle. But people also got to keep in mind that Darkrai already received some damage from Heracross and Gible, so
true,
Sceptile can't take all the credit for that
That's
one.
true.
But you know what it can take credit for? Being able to catch a speed form Deoxys and blast it with a point-blank solar beam.
Oh my god.
Now that's insane. Following Sceptile, we have Infernape as Ash's 4th strongest Pokemon.
I got the rest of the Pokemon.
Now this one's a bit interesting as Infernape doesn't have as many crazy feats as Sceptile. Its best battles come from defeating Volkner's Luxray and wiping out half of Paul's team in the Sinnoh League, which included his Electivire. Those are some really strong trainers, but nothing I'd really say can put him in Legendary or even
that could be your Pokemon,
right?
Paul. That could be yours.
Infernape hasn't even beaten a Legendary. He got clapped by Moltres in Pokemon Journey.
That's what
you know what? I'm bringing him down. I'm just kidding. Here's why I believe Infernape belongs in the S tier. Even though Ash left him at Oak's lab since Diamond and Pearl, Pokemon Journeys has confirmed that Infernape has been always training, even going as far as to challenge Ash's other fire types, minus Torkoal, rest in peace. He worked his way to the final boss, Charizard, and although it's never confirmed who won as it's only stated that they battled, the fact that he battled Charizard and still wanted to face a stronger opponent means that Infernape is at least an equal to Charizard. So spoilers, I still have above Infernape, but there's a reason for that. Although Infernape did kinda bad against Moltres, keep in mind that it didn't activate its Blaze ability. He was about to continue with the battle, but then Gary stole the spotlight. If Infernape were to keep battling, there's no doubt in my mind that it would have activated Blaze and possibly even defeat Moltres. But it's because of that uncertainty that I didn't want to put Infernape any higher than Charizard. I will at least have it higher than Sceptile because although Sceptile has its Overgrow ability, that is nothing compared to the power boost Infernape gets with Blaze. His ability far exceeds the average Blaze, and whenever Infernape activated it, it usually meant his opponent would lose after 1 or 2 hits. I definitely think that's enough power to rival Legendary.
I think so too.
Since we kind of brought him up already, it works out perfectly that Charizard is Ash's 3rd strongest Pokemon. His goal is to be the world's strongest Charizard, which is why he stayed to train in the Charcific Valley for a while. And for a time, before Alon and Leon's Charizard came into the picture, I probably would have believed that Ash's Charizard was the strongest. Its greatest feat was defeating Nolan's Articuno. It was also giving a good clobbering to Iris's Dragonite when it came to Unova, and it probably would have won if N didn't interrupt the battle. He may not be in the Charcific Valley anymore, but at least he's got Infernape as a good sparring partner, which is why I have these 2 boys side to side.
Gotcha.
Following Charizard, we have Ash's 2nd strongest Pokemon.
It has to be Greninja. Yeah,
now this one might also seem a bit tricky because like Infernape, it hasn't defeated a Legendary, but I definitely believe it possesses the power to defeat one.
That was a nice battle.
Thanks to the power of the Bond phenomenon, Greninja can achieve its transformation, Satoshi Gekkoga, which is pretty much like the power of Mega Evolution. With this form, Greninja was able to defeat Wolfric's Mega Abomasnow and Sawyer's Mega Sceptile. That's already some pretty great feats. But ironically, I think its most impressive feat comes from the battle against Alon's Charizard.
That's my favorite battle so far. Yeah,
you see, although Greninja lost the battle, it's the only Pokemon in the entire Kalos League that was close to defeating Alon's Charizard.
That was a great battle. My
this is a
favorite battle.
Charizard that's battled Mega Rayquaza, Primal Groudon, and Primal Kyogre, has beaten 10 Mega Evolved Pokemon in a row, including Elite Four Malva, and even took down a Zygarde.
Okay, I did not know about that one.
Beat this broken Charizard proves that he's pretty close to that insane power himself. And because I believe Alon's Charizard is stronger than Ash's, Greninja kinda has to be above Ash's Charizard as well to match Alon.
Yes, has to be.
But just to let you know, these four are honestly extremely close to each other for me. Like, it doesn't really matter what order these are in because they've all proven to be the best of the best. Hey, what do you think you're doing here? And with that, we've reached our final entry. Ash's most powerful Pokemon.
Maybe.
And obviously, it's Pikachu.
Has to be
Was
Pikachu.
it really gonna be any other Pokemon?
Can't.
Now sure, Pikachu's had some embarrassing losses. It's lost to an Eevee, it's lost to a Sneasel, it's lost to a Meowth, it's lost to a Surskit, and it's lost to a f***ing Snivy.
I'm sorry, I guess Snivy's I'm sorry about that one.
If you hit it hard enough, it'll go down.
Yep.
I always saw Ash's Pikachu as a glass cannon. Extremely fragile, but when it hits, it hits like a damn truck.
It hits.
When it comes to power alone, Pikachu is second to none. Some insane feats include defeating Drake's Dragonite, Lucy's Milotic, and taking out Alon's Tyranitar and Metagross in the same battle. For its small size, that's already really impressive. And then you remember, oh right, Ash's Pikachu has defeated the most legendary Pokemon in the Pokemon anime. He's defeated Brandon's Regice, tied with Tobias's Latios, beat Gladion's Silvally, and even beat Tapu Koko thanks to its Z-move.
That's right,
and that's not even taking into consideration the countless other legendaries it's battled throughout the series. No other Ash Pokemon can ever or will ever come close. And by the way, that's something we should go back to. The Z-move. 10 million volt Thunderbolt is the most powerful Z-move Ash can unleash, and it's exclusive to Pikachu. When it's used, it's pretty much an instant kill switch that leaves no survivors. Juiced up Nihilego, Jesse's Mimikyu, and even the legendary Tapu Koko all fall to Pikachu's devastating move. That damn attack is even strong enough to overpower Motor Drive, an ability that's supposed to absorb and nullify all electric attacks.
All electric attacks?
If that's not power,
not that
I don't know
one.
what is.
Wait, stop at 10 million volts.
Thank you all for watching, everyone. This video was a lot of fun to make.
I did not know
if you're new here and enjoyed this content, why not consider subscribing? Remember to live your life to the fullest and have yourself a damn good one.
Oh, no, that was a great video. That's gonna be very helpful. Let me go back to the tier list again. Yeah, because again, this was in October. This was October last year. I feel like some people might need to be rearranged from what I've been seeing in the fights, especially Lucario. I think since he can Mega Evolve, he might be in the S tier. I don't remember if Lucario fought any legendary, so maybe not really S status just yet. I'm surprised Holoshell is like in the middle of B tier. I thought he might be like a high B from what I've been seeing from him. Depending on when I release this video, let me know like what Pokemon does Ash have in the Master 8 like he's gonna bring in. I know he can use 3 Pokemon like in the battle, but I don't know like what Pokemon he has besides Lucario, Pikachu, and then Greninja. Yeah. Oh, this is good. This is a great video. Thank you once again, Hype R, for the amazing request. This really is gonna help me in the battle between Ash and Steven in the Master 8 tournament. I do know Steven has a Metagross that can Mega Evolve. It had a good battle against Alon's Charizard. Yeah, I just feel like that battle's gonna be good. I feel like Ash should win that. Wait, I just realized something. Since Greninja lost to Alon's Charizard and Steven's Metagross, they didn't really tie with Alon's Charizard because the battle got interrupted. Since that battle was like even between Alon and Steven, there's a chance that Metagross could be stronger than Alon's Charizard, which did beat Greninja. But Greninja has been training ever since he split up from Ash, so things might go different. I don't know. Also, another question. Does the bomb phenomenon count as a gimmick? Because I believe you only use 1 gimmick per battle. If that's the case, then he has to choose wisely which gimmick to use. But we're gonna wrap this video up here. It's been quite long. Clearly, this tier list is outdated, I feel. It might be outdated because Pokemon Journeys, new battles been happening. Hopefully you guys enjoyed my reaction in this video. And yeah, thank you for watching. MyCupOfTea is out of here. Adios. Oh, oh man. Now I can't wait to see that Ash vs. Steven battle. That's gonna be cool.